This One Nation Radio, and this is the beginning. It's Rich, and I'm here with James. It's time to listen to One Nation.
We got to unleash the power of the pyramid.
This is Mike Sempervive from WrestlingObserver.com. Check me out on Wrestling Observer Live every day. And also check out your boys, Rich and James, on One Nation Radio.
Hi, this is Kenny Omega. We're listening to One Nation Radio. Check it out, guys. These guys know what's up. Big Kenny Omega fans, and that's all that counts to me. Goodbye and good night. Thanks.
Hey, folks. Welcome to this week's edition of One Nation Radio, the first One Nation Radio of 2026. My name is James Boyd. Here we have Rich Latta, the master of the soundboard, apparently. What's going on, Rich?
Oh man, I'm chilling. I'm ready to do the thing, and man, we're back. First show of the year, January 8th. We've been off for I think around 3 weeks as we've let everyone kind of enjoy FOH and the holiday season. And man, I gotta say, I am so grateful for our listeners that will rock with us through a break like that over the holiday season. And you know, we dropped the FOH on y'all, and then you know, just had a lot going on last month, man. I got sick last month, had to travel a bunch, was eating, had the holidays, just the pressure to do a show. It would be just so much to like turn around and just do. There was like pay-per-views. It was a lot, and I felt like I needed to recharge and refresh a little bit. What about you, James?
Yeah, definitely needed that. I've been dealing with some really nasty back stuff going on with me. So, like, I mean, I haven't had the will or the want to like work out in the like basically since Thanksgiving. And then like you don't work out
I'm
since
just getting
Thanksgiving.
back to it.
Yeah, and then you don't wanna do nothing, and then you have a back problem, and then like you're eating, me, I basically let go of the roof at Thanksgiving. I was like, you know what, this Thanksgiving food is good. I'm just gonna continue eating whatever I want to for the rest of the month. So then I put on some weight. That don't when you have back injuries, so like it's gotten even worse. And then like I got myself to like you know what, it's the beginning of the new year, and I basically got myself back to the gym with the rest of the folks that start up on January 1st. No shade to them. I just tend to stay away from that. I tend to normally avoid those kind of rushes. I don't like working around at a boot camp with a lot of other people. And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna embrace it. And I'm back, and I'm already like not even, after not working out for a month, I'm already not sore. So that's a
That's the
blessing
first
because
step.
normally it's like 2 weeks sucks. The first 2 weeks back working out sucks always. This time it's
Yeah.
like no, basically like a week. So yeah. Also gotta admit, like since we talk about stuff right now, like gotta admit, like Rich, I have succumbed to my lifelong battle against AI. I have officially joined up with the Chat GPT gang. I don't know how to feel about it, but like I just felt like, but it's felt like, you know what? I'm so bad with like time blindness and time management that like I need to get something to get this shit in order. Like I need to figure out, I need to get like something to help me time block and schedule stuff so I can be on track of all this stuff. So that I plan on doing this year. I'll talk to you about it off air, but yeah. So yeah, that's basically been me over the 3 weeks we've been off. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I had a eventful New Year. I caught a hangover for like the first time since like maybe like the end of 2000, whatever Halloween that we went out to Mixers. That was the last time that
So you moved in 2023 or
three.
22?
I think 2022. It was that.
Yeah,
It was that
yeah.
Halloween,
Yep. So 22. Yeah.
and that one featured like projectile vomit at a certain point. Like, or I don't know if it was
I didn't know
projectile.
about that.
I don't know. It was
I didn't know about that
so I
one.
went home and went to sleep, right? Because I was already asleep in your car, and then I went home, went to sleep. I woke up probably like around 3 o'clock a.m. or 3 or 4 o'clock, and I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna make it. Tried to charge to the bathroom, got to the end of the bed, just let it all out there, and then I was like, fuck it, I'll just clean it up, whatever. Take the L there. This time, this was nothing but pure. Like, so that time I was having fun. I was out. I was losing it, whatever. and
Mm-hmm.
I drank a lot that night. This time was just poor management. Like I did not build a solid base or whatever, and then I just
Gotcha.
went with 2 champagne bottles, and then after that,
Oh man.
like I was tore up at night. I was all right, I'm good. Go to sleep, wake up, and I'm like, hold on, I don't feel right. And then caught me twice, threw up twice the
Ooh.
next day, and I was like sleeping most of the day. I wasn't like back myself till probably about like 7 o'clock New Year's Day. I was like, I feel like such a rookie like this, but now I was like, I just didn't build, the proper base. But yeah,
I would make fun of you, but like you know I threw up really bad when we were in Texas, so it is what it is.
we ever gonna tell that
Yeah.
story?
Probably not.
Yeah,
Probably not.
we didn't even tell that one on FOH.
No, no. I don't think anyone in Largo Loops knows unless y'all
Yeah.
told them.
No, I
I don't
I
know.
don't
I
even
don't know
think
why
so.
I don't know why y'all wouldn't, but
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever. Yeah, that was bad, real bad.
Some things ain't for everything, but
Yeah,
yeah, man. Well, yeah. Once again, thank you guys to the audience for bearing with us, because it's a lot to turn around and do these shows, and then just always have one coming out, especially through the holidays. Everyone's got their families and stuff like that, so that's why we try to make FOH as epic as kind of possible. If you missed out on FOH, it's not too late. Check the video version, check the podcast version, all that stuff. It was very
yeah,
well received. Our most
yes,
supported FOH there's been. Uh,
easily.
Easily, like just walk there. So you guys really enjoyed the live element of this thing. I kind of underestimated what that would be. I thought it would be okay, maybe some people will do the live, but it was like, I think the live was just like way up there. That brought a whole new energy, I
Yeah,
think, to the show.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah. But let's get it on the move, man. So tonight we kind of got this whole thing. I'm, my audio is kind of low. I'm getting a message right now.
Yeah, it is.
There's been something going on with
Oh,
this
oh,
mic.
now you up there with the red light.
Okay. Okay. Am I
You
back?
good now? You
Okay.
good now? You in the game? Definitely.
Yeah. Like I don't know what's been going on. Like I don't know if I dropped the mic or whatever the fuck, but
Remember, Busta Rhymes touch it.
yeah.
Like, bro, when you press that button, also you're gonna turn it up. He's like crazy. Oh, whoa, whoa. He might be peaking. Nah, but you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the levels on my side is good. Like, you're not peaking, but it's like you went from like, maybe like a solid 3 to a 8 in a
Oh, okay.
heartbeat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me see. So I guess we should start with Wrestle Kingdom 20 from New
Yeah.
Japan Pro Wrestling, and man, overall thoughts on the show.
Man, I gotta say, like, the matches that were supposed to carry the show delivered all of them, and I was very happy. There's been a lot of talk and doom and gloom around New Japan, and a lot of it has turned into people more or less blaming their AEW relationship. And there is something to be said of go look at these AEW cards. This used to be the AEW. This used to be the New Japan Pro Wrestling roster, seemingly, or at least like a quarter of it, right? So for me, um, I was just surprised to see, or not surprised. I was just pleasantly uplifted by the part where it seems like they're under solid ground and solid footing, and they did a big show to get off what they need to get off. The undercard was lackluster or whatever else, but the matches that mattered absolutely matter. And for me, I say I don't care about all the multi-mans. I don't care about that. Like, when you have Aaron Wolf and he looks how he looks, and you've seen how he looks in this press media stuff or whatever else, and it looks like he lacks fire, lacks charisma, and he comes out there and in his big nigga fight time and him evil, that's a win. Kamatani Shuri, win. Um IWGP World Heavyweight Title match, super win. The main event, one of the great matches of all time. What more can you ask for out of a wrestling show? Then when you know that a roster has struggled to coalesce for multiple years at this point.
Yeah, I thought the first half of the show was largely like bullshit. Like honestly, like it was a lot of guys that was like, damn, they kind of got shafted. They were world champions in like 30-man matches and
Yeah,
super trios matches. The junior match sucked. The angles stunk all around them. I saw so many people mad at Desperado. They hate his guts now.
crazy.
Shuri and Kamatani, I would have preferred it in Stardom because like I felt like I kind of got shortchanged for their match. It was I
Of
kind of
course.
described it as like obviously people go, oh, they got 12 minutes, which is way more than the women normally get. But I'm like, I'd rather just see it in Stardom so I don't have to see them basically just only do the back half of whatever the fuck they had planned. That's just what it was.
That's true. And also, to be fair, right, we've seen them have a match, the 2021 Grand Prix. They had an awesome match. They had
Yeah.
an awesome match. It was like 4.25 stars, right? So I think I gave it 4.25. So for a fact, like that match was awesome. Like, so you know that they have a better match in them just based off prior reputation and knowing what Sure brings to the table, what Kamitani brings to the table. Yeah, it is what it is. We know what happens when it comes to the Tokyo Dome when it comes to Stardom. They're trying to showcase, but they're not trying to go out here and get embarrassed.
hmm Yeah, so like I thought some of the entrances looked great, like and like you said, the matches that mattered, like they came through in probably like if I throw it up to you like in the simulation, this is one of the ones, especially the way New Japan has been and some of these Wrestle Kingdoms have been, like this is the good ending. Like like I had a lot of concern. I was on Aaron Wolf's ass 'cause I just didn't get it. I didn't understand. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like the whole time. And then like he cuts the hair and I don't feel like half as concerned about the body now or whatever and everything else like with the fire, the charisma. He fired up during the matches. They seem
Yes.
to like clearly love him. So like,
Mhm.
as Future once said, you do what you want when you're popping. Like
Yep.
if he had to come over here and start as a fresh wrestler here, I don't know if it will work.
Get in the water.
Like,
Get in
they
the
took-
water.
Like they took a lot of like. We'll get to it when we do. I'll just wait till we review the match in full. But
Yeah.
I guess we'll start. And like you said, main event, just like you said, like I watched this thing live. I stayed up. I was on Doc's podcast, and I said for all the times that Tanahashi showed up and Okada showed up for us at Wrestle Kingdom, at Invasion Attack, at the G1, at Dominion, anywhere else they was at, I was like, yo, I'm showing up live for this one. Like I couldn't be there in the dome, so I'm watching this
Yeah.
shit live.
Yeah, I watched it live too. Like it was actually like serendipitous. Like all this time adjusting to a Wrestle Kingdom time frame, adjusting to like a Stardom time frame for a live show. I've always been bad at figuring out the right way to like with my issues with insomnia time, figure out how to like cycle this to where like I can get some sleep and be fresh or whatever else. Man, I figured out the trick. Short yourself the night before. Short yourself the night before. Get your ass up early. Go work out. At least for me anyway. Right. And then all of a sudden you start feeling that lag. You feel tired as hell late in the day. Take that nap. Get up and then the rest of the night from like I think I got back up at like 8 p.m., 7 p.m. and just rest of the night stayed up for the whole thing. And I was like, it wasn't even planned. It just happened that way. So I know the routine going forward after all these times of trying different shit and always being a disaster. And in my what do you call it? Not cardiac, circadian rhythm, or whatever you want to call it, is all fucked up all the time. So yeah, I'm so glad I was able to stay up for this thing and watch it live. And I mean, even whatever was gonna happen, like if I had to go get caffeine, I would have done it to stay up for it. It was gonna happen regardless, but actually was fresh, so I was really happy for it.
Yeah. So I don't really got much for you on the undercard. Like I said, the Shuri and Sai Kamatani is pretty much the highlight of it. I felt like they would have a better match in Stardom. It was great to see them both on that big stage. Shuri got the win. There were reports that Sai Kamatani was injured coming into this match, and she got cleared kind of by the skin of her teeth. Perhaps she should not have been in the ring. For her to kind of gut through that, of course, this was like, I'm a big match wrestler. I'm a big stage performer. I'm not missing no fucking Tokyo Dome. God damn it.
Right.
So, like, I was like, can she, like, when I first heard it, I was like, well, can she walk? Like, like that's what I was thinking. like Sai Kamatani's getting in that fucking ring. Like, I don't really, recognize none of that. We should probably talk about the United Empire unveiling Andrade El Idolo, and then Jake Lee was their person. I have not watched a ton of Jake Lee, but brother, I already get the vibe. Like, I see what's going on here. I see something terrible is upon us.
So yeah, me, like, was got big into Noah, or not big in Noah, got into following Noah and their big shows after their January 1st show in 2022, when they had like the back-to-back matches, awesome matches with Kiyomiya and Keno, and then also the main event was Katsuhiko Nakajima and Go Shiozaki. And like, I just like, these four are awesome. I need to watch this. And Muto's still around at that point in time, or Muta's still around at the time, or Muto's still around at the time. Cass Fujita's doing the beast, not selling shit. So, you know, uh, it sucked to see that you had these four talented guys, and they were all kind of stuck. And then, get through the year, and then, I go to Japan and I see that awesome semi-main event with Kiyomiya in Kano, where Kiyomiya gets his revenge after last year in Budokan Hall, and Kiyomiya takes an all-time nasty bump, and then Jake Lee shows up on that card, right? And this is Kiyomiya after having the juice of being the Galaxy View after he retired uh Muto, after having that great match with Muto, right? So, or that big match with Muto, and you know like, he's supposed to have the juice for the rest of the year. He's supposed to be in theory supposed to be his H run. This is like his third. This would be like his third title reign. Uh, and then all of a sudden, Jake Lee comes out, and I believe the show's in Yokohama Budokan, and like, Kiyomiya is doing everything in his power to have a great match, everything in his power. And Jake Lee says, "I refuse to do anything. I don't give a fuck." And it's like, by the end of it, like, I'm so mad at this dude. Like, where is your sense of urgency? Where is your sense of timing? Where is your sense of any charisma, fire, anything? Nothing. It's like, bro, you mean to tell me that you are in your prime? You look how you look. You're the height that you are, and you mean to tell me Muto has more to give? Muto had more to give at that time. I was like, I'm out on this dude. Fuck him. He sucks. And then I'm like, all right, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm tripping, right? Go through the N1. He sucks, except for when he's facing like Kano, I believe. All right. I was like, you know what? Whatever. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. Nah, man. Fuck him. He sucks. And I've hated him ever since. Straight up. Like, he killed my.
I hate his ass.
Bro, because he took the belt off Kiyomiya. I was hot when that happened. Like, this dude is selling his life to get you over, and you look like a piece of shit as you win the title. Great, awesome, cool, dude, awesome. So then he shows up in New Japan. It's like, because he's always wanted to be in New Japan, but no one ever wants him in New Japan because stuff like his whole career is like, bro, unless he's stapled to Kento Miyahara, there's nothing to talk about his whole career. Nothing. And here we go. And I know there's gonna be some people. I know there's gonna be five Western people that watch AJ or All Japan or watch Noah and be like, what about these three matches? But bro, that was 3 fucking years ago. You talking about 5 matches? Get the fuck out of here. If there's even 5 matches to talk about, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, he got hurt. Whatever else. I don't wish any ill will towards him. But it's like, this dude is not someone as a main eventer in New Japan Pro Wrestling or the main event of men's Puro at the highest level. Absolutely not. He just looks the part.
Sounds like this man. It sounds Baron Corbin-esque.
Brock. I remember at one point I called him the Brock Osweiler of Puro.
That's crazy.
He looks the part. If Brock Osweiler was 6'7", he was 6'2", he would not been an NFL quarterback. If Jake Lee was 6'4" and was that in fact just 6 foot flat, nope. He wouldn't be white belt material in the old school days of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Absolutely not.
Black Sabre Jr. Kobashi right now can have a better match than Jake Lee. God damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
Because he can just do the Yuji Nagata in Minoru Suzuki old man make faces chop and brawl.
Yeah.
At least he display fire and emotion.
Yeah.
Nigga wrestles like an NPC. Sorry.
Damn. So we'll move on. We'll move over to Aaron Wolf versus Evil. So like I was saying, very skeptical of Aaron Wolf. Had Gable Stevenson written all over him.
I thought the same thing.
All over him. Like the whole time, like leading up to this thing, so many people were telling us how much of a big deal it was. I just couldn't comprehend. I just look at the guy and he just seemed like a lug. Like it just
right.
Like the
like you can
going.
You can understand the fandom, but when you just see him, it's like nothing. There's no off the charts, nothing to him.
Like usually you would see something like he has a smile or he has some type of like, oh, okay, there's like something there. No, this guy just looked bored, disinterested. Yeah. But he comes out with the gi on at the Dome. The thing going into this is Evil is basically telling him he's going to cut his hair off if he loses, and he's not going to be able to ever wear a gi again. And now Jake Lee not Jake Lee. Aaron Wolf basically says, "Well, fuck that. I'll take the step for you. You ain't about to take nothing from me." Shaves the head, rips it off, and he's got the young lion joint on, and he's got the titties out, as they say, and he's got the belly hanging or whatever. And I see him, and I'm like, okay, like the crowd goes fucking nuts, right? And I like the gi or whatever. I just like the gi.
I appreciated this gesture just like the fans did. It's like, look, I'm a big star, whatever else. I am fully immersing myself into the traditions of Shinny Home Pure Rest. I loved it. I was like, this is like, you want to make the talk about you gonna cut my hair? Ain't gotta worry about that. I'm a young lion. I'm cutting my hair anyway. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah. He had a really cool entrance. And I was getting reports like at the time I was talking to Jeremy and Josh like live as it was happening, and they were basically like leading up the whole time saying, yo, this Aaron Wolf thing is so much bigger than we thought, because the press push for it, people in the arena. And that was one of the things that came through clearly, even on the English feed, which is a little bit lower. You could hear the pops for the Aaron Wolf entrance. Evil's entrance also incredible entrance for Evil. Like he just looked like the motherfucker rolls up like the Undertaker, like, and then
like he came straight from hell.
From hell. He came through, with all the gang and everything else. So they get in the ring and they do this match, and it seems like it was this match.
Before you get there, Evil's interest was never the problem with Evil. It never was. The interest was actually the best part of Evil ever since he turned on Nightel. All right, continue. Sorry.
So they get in the ring, they do this match, which I feel like I can see the strings of the match, right? But it's perfectly fine. Like this guy, I liked his pro wrestling stuff more than the judo stuff. I thought he fired up really well. I liked his suplexes. I thought he was obviously comfortable with the physicality. And it's real easy. All you gotta do is yell in the air and look up, and then he like figured that out. Like that's how you show fire. It's easy as fuck. Like it's a shortcut. So he is tired as fuck during the time. So they basically do these things where they start running all the interference, protecting them like you should. And he ends up taking a splash through the table from Bad Luck Fale. I thought they should have let him slam Fale. Just fuck it. Blaze through all of them anyway. Doesn't matter. And I'm seeing this, and I'm like, yo, he can move around the ring. He's comfortable. And I was like, I thought the look was going to be a much bigger detriment than like it actually ended up being once I saw him in action. Like, I understand it now. Like, because you see him in the suit, you see him in the shirts, you had the long hair. He just kind of looked like.
Did you not have a gauge for how tall or how big he was physically in stature?
No,
you didn't.
I had no idea.
Same. Once I saw him in there, he was like, oh, he's gonna be fine. It's like, oh, he's gonna be fine. Like I was like, okay, he like size wise, he's a definitely like a heavyweight contender or whatever else, and obviously, he'll make whatever. I think he'll lose some weight, obviously, but like even if he don't, like he'll be good or whatever else at a certain point starting out, and then eventually he can develop into wherever ends up as down the road. But I was like, all right, he looks a part in the ring with Evil,
Right.
and Evil's been given a lot the last half decade, so like that means something.
Yeah, and a lot of credit goes to Evil in this one, just like kind of leading
Yes.
this whole thing, and selling for this dude, putting this guy over, and actually having like a House of Torture. Because I also thought one thing that was notable was anytime the House of Torture stuff was about to get grating somewhat, like, all right, man, get the fuck out the ring, like Aaron Wolf would take back over, and then like it just was laid out.
He would lay them out. He would lay the dudes out. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
like now I don't know about like this next Ace stuff. Like that's a fucking high bar.
Yes, it is.
That's like,
Yes.
yo, I need major performances and major main events and major everything
Right.
before I'm co-signing this.
Right. Did you see that semi-main event?
Right. Like we gotta, let him have
levels.
it never.
Right. He's in a good spot because he's gonna have short matches. Yeah. So yeah, I liked it. And I gotta say for Evil, man, they trust Evil with this. I think people have gone over their skis with the praise. We're talking about how underrated Evil is.
Oh,
Like, all right, bro.
wake it up.
Wake it up. But I will say this before we get to that. This is probably my favorite Evil match since like the Okada series before he turned on Naito before the pandemic. So I think that's 18 or 19. So yeah, but people online like, yeah, he's so underrated, and I was like, hey man, I'm sorry, but like, are we unaware of how much of a shit stain he's been in New Japan Pro Wrestling the past 5 years, 6 years at this point? Like, cut the shit, man. Like, this dude, I forgot whatever stat I came up when I was looking at the cage match as far as like how bad he's been, but I think some of the lines are like he's had like less than a handful of matches that have even hit 8 on cage match since he turned on Naito. It's like, bro, it's been 6 fucking years. Give me a fucking break with this. He's underrated. Like, bro, that's not even a Grand Prix. That's not even a Grand Prix or a G1 for top guys in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Get out of here. Stop.
This guy's not underrated. He's rated under. Like,
yeah,
it's correct. But on this night, he had a real easy job. He had to take this guy.
Yes, he did.
He's had him like 6 months. Like he basically just led him through this obstacle course essentially, and then put the guy over clean the middle. So, credit to him for that.
Yeah.
Credit to, I know if you're an Evil truther, you got to sit through, months and months and years between Evil having good matches and things like that. So like, I know you start to get fired up and proud after this. So make sure you enjoy it because, statistically speaking, we won't see one of these for a while.
For a full year, probably. We won't see one again until probably the G1 next year, until when he's facing like Zack Sabre Jr. or some shit like that.
Yeah. So, let's move on, man. Aaron Wolf is the never openweight champion. Belt him up the first match. Give him that make that shit the Aaron Wolf heavyweight championship of the world. Who wants to step in there with the Wolf man?
Yeah.
So
Hey, they should put that shit. They should put Hazuki's rules on that shit. 10 minutes time limit.
They can't do Hazuki's rules with Aaron Wolf. They can't do that.
That's true. It is not a six pack. That's true. That's right. I forgot about that part. If there's not a six pack, it is useless. I forgot that part. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Yeah. So.
Hey, but whatever, man. Like. He look. I'm looking forward to seeing his path.
Yeah, I'll definitely be interested in him again.
They've won me over on night 1 with him.
Yeah, I definitely want to watch him again.
Yeah, same.
So up next we had Yota Tsuji versus Konosuke Takeshita for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship and the Global Championship, title for title. And quite frankly, they go in there and kick the shit out of each other.
Yes.
Yota Tsuji is like, it's them body blows. Like that's where I was really feeling it. It was like, he's just gonna punch you in the middle of your chest and your fucking gut and tell you, would you like to continue?
I fucking love this match for that reason and what it set up for the finish, and then what was also a set piece of the main event. Like this show with what we just talked about with Aaron Wolf when he comes out in the Young Lions stuff. Like when this match is built on Takeshita is better, but this motherfucker doesn't have strong style. He doesn't have what it takes to dig down deep and take body blow after body blow after body blow. And once I keep chopping this wood and he goes down, I slap his ass in that Boston Crab and he tapped because he's not strong style. I beat this fucking outsider. I love this match so much. And for all the people that have given that the small amount of people that are AEW haters or New Japan only motherfuckers,
How about it now?
I want you to apologize to Konosuke Takeshita for the shit you have given one of the best wrestlers of his generation.
The best wrestler in the world last year. Like
that match was fucking nasty.
These people acted like absolute hoes for months with this man. Just unbelievable. Like just crying and belly aching and boo-hooing. And I'm like, you're lucky to even have this guy. You're lucky to he's even clear for dates. Like I don't understand. Like
I'll give you another one
behind this shit.
And what's even funny, what was also funny is after the post match, right? I noticed it during the match, but the post match, there a lot of the same people, the AEW haters, they didn't want Okada, they wanted Nakamura, and
we'll get there.
WWE there was never even a conversation for it. And if you want your Nakamura representation in Tokyo Dome this year, you got it from Konosuke Takeshita. You ungrateful bitches.
Incredible.
Bro, match was fucking awesome. I loved it. And that needs to be the rivalry for this promotion going forward. That needs to be Dominion. That needs to be the Tokyo Dome multiple times. That should be it. That should be it. Unless Okada comes back or what have you, or someone ready to meet their level, that's the match. That's the rivalry right there.
Like they've had awesome matches before. We saw that top rope, that top right Blue Thunder bomb.
Yes,
that shit was like, bro. I remember I watched Takeshita for the first time in 2019. I was talking with Dave Finishow the other day about Takeshita, and he was a rather early adopter too that I didn't see coming. But he's like Takeshita as well, and like I was like, bro, like. And I sent him the little thing about how many 4-star plus matches he got from Dave last year. And it was just like, this guy went in there and was like, you have no ace, like, of your promotion to put this guy over. You have these old guys. You don't have the correct wrestler. Like, this nigga took on all the blame. He took it on. He shouldered it. And he walked in there and he did business in a way that, look, should make Antonio Inoki proud. Like, and you just see, I really enjoyed the match. I loved the match for what it was, and then I thought the leading up to it, like Yota Tsuji kind of whipped people into a frenzy. Of course, he threw some red meat out there for
good.
Good.
What rally the base? Look. Some of our favorite promos of all time, some of our best talkers in the history of the sport. They recognize what the hardest of hardcore fan bases want to hear, and they rally that base. Cody Rhodes in AEW was kicking his foot in WWE's ass left and right every month on AEW Dynamite, right? CM Punk the same thing. They both in WWE now. It's the right thing for business. If you want people to love you, like you, engage in that stuff. They recognize what the rhetoric is and what the talk is, and do it. Why not? It don't hurt nobody's feelings unless you want to get worked into a shoe. You know what I mean? Y'all know if it's on screen, it's fake, right?
Yeah, I was like,
y'all know that backstage, right? Say that shit. I like when Yoda Tsuji says that shit.
I was like, yo, this this is a work. Y'all being
Yes.
y'all know y'all being work. No, like I think
apparently they don't because
they don't.
You know why they don't? Because it happened last year with Gabe Kidd. It happened last year with Gabe Kidd. They wanted that
movement. They wanted that movement.
Yes, they wanted that blue-eyed strong style so bad, and now what's that nigga doing? And there's I heard bleeding buckets in AEW.
Look,
they turn on that white man so damn quick.
They want somebody to legitimize that movement, and right now they feel like Yota Tsuji legitimizing that movement, right? And then he is unveiled. They actually gave him the belt, the V4
at New Year's Dash. Loved it.
I missed seeing that fucking thing.
Well, you remember what I was joking and saying in threads or whatever else in different places? Like, hey man, if someone ain't gonna do it in the Sunlight event, Okada, seeing that he's probably gonna win the main event, he needs to show with that V4 and treat it like how he treated the V4 when he won the G1 that one year. When he's like, I ain't got that briefcase. I'm bringing the V4 with me. That's what So I'm glad they brought it back. I'm glad that they said, fuck that world heavyweight lineage. We are going to staple them dudes to the IWGP heavyweight lineage and move forward. Fuck that belt that looks like Dipset logo. We going forward. I loved it. I loved every. You know how they talk about presidents when they first 100 days after they get in office? Yeah. I love the first 7 days of Yota Tsuji's reign. I love it. That man is campaigning. And chasing out more heart to go back to New Japan Pro Wrestling. We'll talk about this in the main event, but they've done so many good things over this past week that is like, hey man, this is why when this shit was at its best, it's better than anything, even AEW. Sorry,
I gotta say, I think a lot of the stuff with the promotion is taking the easy wins right now that are right there, right? Because if you think about it, when they made that shit go away and they pulled out the new belt,
we hated it. We all hated
everyone hated it to the point where they blamed Kota Ibushi for it. And I'm like, so like I said on Doc Show, from an analyst perspective, I'm like, if you are a fan and you want to credit Yota Tsuji with doing it, go ahead. It's New Japan Pro Wrestling making the correct decisions that should, reversing the bullshit that they should have never done themselves.
Right.
But, yeah, this guy, I look for an old tweet. I sent a tweet in I think December of 2023 talking about they should have strapped him up. So this is long overdue.
You did.
You
did. Look, remember when he won the New Japan Cup? We were like, yes, here we come. And then it just didn't happen.
Yeah. And
he had to go the long way for it, and I hope this dude is the next ace.
So he's 32 years old now. I do think with some of the talk about the outsiders and stuff like that, he might have unintentionally built something that he can't pay off now.
Maybe
if it was me, if he was doing all the talking it ain't no foreign, essentially we cutting off the fucking mainland, essentially they should be now being okay, we need to be bringing people in here for him to beat them and go over them. I feel
that's for the global title. That's for the global title. That's because he made the distinction. The IWGP will not be. I'm not defending versus whites. That's what he said. I'm not defending versus whites. So if you want a shot at me or whatever else, you can try for this global belt because that's basically new white belt or whatever. Yeah, you come over here and face for this white belt. But this, nah, brother, absolutely not. You gotta say once you get through the checkpoint at Narita, right? You must stamp on your passport if you want IWGP or if you want global. If you stamp IWGP, they will send your ass back where you came from on a plane.
I think they should have they should set up some guys for him the import to go over. I
agree.
And some of that stuff would I think it would make him seem like he's a bigger star.
Yes, if he was just slamming the door on all the whites. Yes, I agree. No, now I will say this: a part of what I said about how he going forth with this stuff, right? After he won the thing, Gato did the thing. The one thing that made him mad on the whole show, really, he sends out Jake Lee do the Kenta Naito ruin the house call a roll call thing, because that's his patented fuckery. And it's like, all right, man, but press conference a day later or 2 days later after New Year's Dash, and man, during that thing where he talked about what he wants to do and what he intends to do, he said, I will turn down challenges if these people are not at the top of this profession." Basically, he said, he's basically acting like there is a rankings, like there's like IWGP ranking system, and if you are not a top contender, you ain't in that top five, I'm not giving it to you. And Jake Lee, you ain't in fucking top five, you just show the fuck back up. So I loved it. He said, "You know what, Jake Lee, you attacked me? No. If you want to get to this fucking belt, you got to start from the bottom of the ladder. You got to climb the ladder and get what you own. You ain't getting this shit at New Beginning. Maybe if you win the New Japan Cup, you might be able to get it, or you will get it. But outside of that, hell no." And I was like, "Thank you, Yoda Suji, a man out of my heart." Told Jake Lee, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah. So, from there, I guess we should talk about the main event, man. The last time that is going to happen. And, the reason why over 46,000 people went to the Dome. The reason why
this podcast still exists.
Look, there's a great argument for that. Like,
without Tanahashi Okada, this podcast no longer exists.
Like,
because of Wrestle Kingdom 9 and 10.
And just thinking about Tanahashi's career, none of this shit exists now. Like as far as Westerners engaging
AEW,
with Japanese wrestling in the way to where it creates this demand, it goes back to Hiroshi Tanahashi in this era. Yes, I know motherfuckers watch Noah and tape traded and stuff in the 90s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But these fan bases have turned over of the internet age, the internet message board age from the mid 2000s forward. This is Hiroshi Tanahashi's pro wrestling, essentially. It all goes back to he's the father of everybody. Everybody that got in the ring after, he's their daddy, damn near. And like I said, I was gonna wake up and watch this match live. I was like, if the tears come, I'm gonna let them fall. They didn't come. I didn't cry or anything. I just kind of watched and appreciated the greatness. And knew that Tanahashi and Okada, when I saw them make their individual entrances, I just kind of said to myself, do they got one more in them? Do they have one more in them? And brother, of course these niggas did. Of course, Hiroshi Tanahashi was going to reach back the last time that he was stepping in the Tokyo Dome against Kazuchika Okada. Of course, on the last day of his career, Hiroshi Tanahashi was going to look around and see no seats empty. And what was he going to do? He was going to play the air guitar. He was going to skip down to the ring. He was going to play Go Ace. We were going to hear High Energy later on in the night. We were going to see the 1 in 100 year wrestler. A fucking shoot, by the way. We were going to see that man walk that aisle one more time. And what did we what were we reward? We had friends that flew over there, podcasters flying over there, everybody taking the pilgrimage, and I'm upset that I didn't get to go. But
I am too.
But I got to watch it, and I feel blessed and I feel grateful and privileged to be able to watch it because nothing else was going to fit. Not Shinsuke Nakamura. Sorry, it wasn't happening. It wasn't happening because of the political landscape in pro wrestling. It wasn't happening because of Shinsuke Nakamura's own fucking choices over and over and over again. At this point, if you are sitting there talking about, I wish it was Shinsuke Nakamura in the ring, I'm going to need you to get the fuck out of here. And I'm bringing the fuck out of here early in 2026. I can't believe that people doubted Kazuchika Okada's ability to go in there and thought he was just going to do some bullshit, James. I can't believe that these people thought Tanahashi and Okada was just going to come out here and be an old man match. No. What they came out there and gave us was one of their best, like you said earlier in the show, one of the greatest matches of all time. You can feel the emotion coming through the screen. I thought for a second Tanahashi was about to win, James. He
You did?
fucking fooled me. Like,
oh man,
like
yo,
I
no, go ahead.
like this was just so it always had to be this match. This was going to be the better match. This was going to be the match that drew more money historically, that had better matches historically. The only thing these niggas did was start together. If you take that away, what else we got? Yes, they fought each other in a couple Tokyo Dome main events. That's cool. That's cool. What were the better ones that drew more, that were more important to how pro wrestling is today? That shit comes from Tanahashi versus Okada.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Like this was like just a trip down memory lane and all of this stuff. Just like to see that match, to see Okada come out there. Obviously when he first came back, they played his original Rainmaker coin toss music, and then he said, "When I come back, I want to play my new music." And like Okada always has a plan with this stuff. And he's since basically his first match after signing with AEW, he's done the Rainmaker pose, and it's been the flip off the bird as opposed to the actual Rainmaker pose. But when he came, when he not even like that, not even like the half deal with the the right arm out, right? And then in this match, you see it early, the one I was like, okay, all right, I ain't seen that in years now at this point. And the whole match is is Okada just in control, in control, in control. And then there's brief moments where Tanahashi is able to get himself kind of even the race, if you will. Like when he did, I gotta say, Tanahashi's so good because like every time he does a high fly flow, I'm just like his knees. When he did
High
the high,
fly flow to the outside of the ring.
when he did the aces high, I was like, oh man, no. But yeah, like then the part of the match where like Tanahashi, that big slap he always does when he gets to the point where like he's so out of the fight where he's hitting the slaps and Okada's eating the slaps like, come on, you ain't got nothing left. You ain't got nothing left. And then Tanahashi fights and fights and fights from there. And I just loved the match, man. Like Tanahashi fought and like he almost made a miracle happen. But ultimately, it took Okada and all those bullshit, bitch rainmakers, if you will, to reach Okada to the point where he has to tap into Tokyo Dome Rainmaker Okada. You know, goes to the top rope the second time, hits the elbow, hits the actual real Rainmaker, and like, bro, that's when I lost it. That's when the tears started to come for me. I was like, he saved this for 2 years for Tanahashi, or he had it for every moment. And he used it for Tanahashi, and I was like, this is it. And I was like, man, like a lot of the stuff on One Nation Radio and the stuff we end up getting to in the waves or whatever else is pure luck, right? Like this was pure fucking luck that like you decided to say, hey James, let's watch Wrestle Kingdom. If they're doing it online, you watch it or whatever else. Okay, watch it, blown away, and then it's taking us to here, right? And like for that dude to be at the forefront of that for this past at this point 11 years, whatever else, um, to go out in that way was just so. It's one of my happiest moments in pro wrestling. It really is. Like Danielson went like Daniel. I don't think I've been this happy since like Tam won the red belt. Like Danielson winning the AEW World Title, that kind of stuff. Like just super happy that like I can't believe that I was lucky enough to come across this person. They're giving me so much joy, so much excitement, so much anticipation to want to do this show week to week, to get up at ungodly hours to watch Japanese pro wrestling live, and he's gone now, and he went out with one of the greatest matches of all time, befitting for one of the all time greats. And I'm just so happy. And then it's also, it's fuel for the fire for me because people been talking so much shit
The
about
issue,
Okada,
honestly,
and bro, he went out there and it was like another classic don't performance. And this time when a nigga, did you see the press conference that Suji was at or whatever else, and Tanahashi was there when he basically okayed everything
yeah.
as president? Did
I
you
saw
see
the
him walk
pictures.
up and did you see him walk and walk? Did you see him get up and walk out?
No.
He's shuffling. He can't move. He's done.
Look,
he gave everything he had left to the game in that match. And yes,
I got a perfect line. Much like Whitney Houston, he was saving all his love for us. Like on that last match, he was saving all my love for you. That's what he was doing.
Oh man, this was great, bro. This was great.
Like
I'm gonna be hard. I'm going to be hard pressed to find a match that I'm going to enjoy more in 2026. Hard pressed.
It's
Like
up there. Like it's almost like that Kenny and Gabe last year was like, yeah, bro, they ran out front so far, so fast. Somebody's gonna come.
I'm not even saying there's no. I think there'll be better matches than this, just bell to bell or whatever else. I'm saying for my personal favorite match,
bro, what this means,
what I hold most dearly, it's gonna be hard. Like Osprey winning the belt off of like Swerve or Adam Page and Wembley, maybe. Outside of that, I don't think there's anything on someone comes close.
Yeah,
I just don't. I don't see nothing on the horizon. Maybe I just don't.
Yeah, it's like they had one more in them, and that was it. And,
like, I give you a parallel of this, right? Tam's last match with Kamatani, where it's like, it's going to be a quality match. It's going to be a great match. It's even going to be a classic. But you have no idea it's going to be put up 5 stars easy and be like, oh, everyone else going to feel the same. You just don't expect that. That's asking that is unreasonable expectation at this stage in the game, and you get it. Like to get, like I mean, for Tam was like this. Literally, she leaves on her best match ever, right? Kamatani also too. Like for Tanahashi to leave on one of his best matches ever is like that's insane. For a person that's already had those kind of highs in his career.
I mean, we've
seen
people chase the dragon of having a great last match. Remember all them years, the Undertaker kept coming back over and over trying to search.
Yeah.
It was like some search for like just the mythical.
And he finally got it on tape delay.
Sad when you kind of think about it. This guy walked in the dome, his house, like more main events there than anybody.
First Wrestle Kingdom, he's in an IWGP World Heavyweight title, not World Heavyweight, the IWGP Heavyweight title match. He's in some main event, but he's in the title match of Wrestle Kingdom 1.
Yeah, like and just what Hiroshi Tanahashi. Think about like all the wrestlers around the world that he worked with, that he mentored. Just like all the guys you can think of are under the Tanahashi tree. Like, and then look at
the roll call.
Look at
the post match.
We should
perfect example. Perfect example of his influence in pro wrestling, right? Yeah. So, Okada, says, I know you're probably tired from once now, and he says, thank you, Tanahashi-san. Leaves, right? Never to be seen from again. Except for as he's walking out to catch him singing his new entrance music, was like, what a dick. So out comes Jay White. And I'm thinking, it's about to be some bullshit.
I was like, Jay White. I laughed. I was like, yeah, it makes sense for him to be there. Why not? Fuck it.
He put him over the title.
I know.
Right. Put him over the title, right? So, first title reign, he put him over, right? So he comes out.
Look, they lift the ban off Jay White, ban from New Japan Pro Wrestling,
Oh, we finna get to some bans in a second. Some bans. I ain't talking about bitch ass niggas neither. Some actual, we are no longer associating with you in any way, shape, or form until maybe you're on your deathbed and maybe you do some merchandise opportunity for you and your family in the future, for us and your family. But outside that, we done. Yeah. He comes out. Clean suit, by the way, but I was fully expecting here comes some bullshit. He finna attack him. He finna tell, no, okay, cool. Then out comes Osprey. Music hits. Crowd was super happy to see Osprey,
this
right?
Nigga walks out with this big ass grin, bro. I was screaming when Osprey came out.
Hey, bro, it's similar to Kenny Omega, and we'll get to it in a second. It seems like they care a little bit more when they in front of the New Japan in the dome where they Psycho Joe Hall. It feels like maybe I'm overstepping. It just feels that way to me. Like it don't feel the same as when they in FB or what's that arena they always go to in Long Island. I don't know.
UBS Arena.
UBS. It don't feel the same. It just don't feel the same. So anyway, he came out, and then all of a sudden I made the joke. Is like, all right. So go ahead and send Kenny Omega out here so you can get all these white boys out the way. They play, and then immediately they play Kenny Omega's Terminator music. I fucking die laughing. I thought he's gonna be later in the thing. So he come out, and then he brings out with him, walking the limp, because the dumbass himself, the golden star of dumbassery, Kota Ibushi, this damn dummy, fresh out breaking his leg. He wants to walk with no crutches, no type of assistance, by himself. He wants to walk the whole Tokyo Dome ramp by himself, unassisted. He limping. He has to stop halfway because he's in so much pain. He gets to the ring. First Kenny gives the flowers off to Tanahashi. Tanahashi's grateful, and then it was almost like it was almost like how he saw his little brother, his little dumbass brother. He gave him a fist bump, like, "Good to see you, dummy. How you been? Are you still in sleep cycle? Will you get rid of hours? So you have extra day in the week?
Are you still training in the
Ibushi?
Are you still training in the triangle ring? Like,
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And then
I forgot about that.
I always enjoy hearing the Tokyo Dome Kenny Omega music, and that was great to see him out there.
Yeah.
Thought
I like the suit. I like the suit too, by the way.
Who came out after that?
After that,
it was Shibata.
They bring out Muto. Yeah, yes, they bring out Shibata, and bro, all you heard was the opening guitar riff, that gentle guitar riff, and then they cut the Tanahashi losing. He's like, oh no! Like when it comes crashing down and it hurts his side.
Shibata gets in the ring. That man walks out like he's covering his ears. He don't want none of the reception. He's here for one thing only. Gets in the ring, rips his shirt off, starts slapping chest with Tanahashi, and then gives him a hug after. And it was like, oh, that was great. That was so great. Yes. Gives
him the flowers. That was great. And then I believe Muto next, because he's right next to the.
Yes,
he's right next. I think he's doing commentary probably. So he has to wall his ass in the ring and get his ass into the shot. Of course,
that Muto music is hard.
It is. Look, he's an all-time great for a reason. He's just annoying as hell. So he's like, I'm gonna be in this photo shoot, sold out dome. I need to be in the pictures.
I'm right. I'm close in the middle too. And Fujinami gets in there with his old music.
Right. And I look, and I was like, what's funny to me was like, once Muto came out there, I didn't see Fujinami sitting next to him. I wasn't paying attention. But also I was like, I don't bring up Fujinami, and now I heard the music like, oh, they bring up Fujinami, okay, this proper now. We can't just have one old timer. Fuck that. Like, so I was happy with that. So I would have probably liked to see Liger, but whatever. It don't matter. There's already enough people. So then I was like, looking at this, like, it's not, because at this point he's like, Bushi's there, Jay White's there, and I'm like,
look up, and they all,
no. There's one more left, and I was like, are they gonna bring up?
They flipped.
They did the picture first. You're right. You're right. And on my mind, like, as I see Ibushi and I see Jay White there, I'm thinking to myself, really? No, only people, obviously, two people are missing from the thing. For me, is like Nakamura and AJ Styles there, but you know why they're not there? Because WWE shit, right? So I was like, all right, but is Naito gonna be there? And then that Naito music hit, and the crowd lost it. The crowd lost it. And they played his opening New Japan music. It plays opening New Japan music, and he debuted in or not on. Was it debut in Noah on the first?
Yeah.
Was that debut? I don't know if he was in Noah.
I think he was using it before that, but the Noah show probably the first time anybody
heard it. He shows up in Noah on January 1st in front of Kano, and Kano was
had to be
furious.
He
was. They showed him. He was in the ring when it happened. He was furious, and he did the fake out with Bushi in a double at first too. And I gotta say, man, I'm afraid Naito got another banger. That new music also go hard. It ain't as good as the original, but it goes hard.
But bro, that original, when I heard that shit play, I was like, bro, that shit's still hard as fuck.
Hey, Naito might be the Rick Ross of entrance music. All you pick is hot shit. All you do. Like, look, it's gotta be good because my entrance take like 10 minutes every single time.
Speaking of that,
it better be good.
Jesus Christ, this nigga comes out here. Or farms his whole shit. bro.
Yes.
Sends Bushi out there.
Now, hold on.
This nigga Tanahashi's out here like this. Like,
yes,
hey,
he
man,
literally did
let's
like,
get a fucking
man,
move on.
get
This
this
shit's on
nigga, get
national
this.
TV.
Yes,
Trying to show
yes,
Tanahashi up.
They're on a and they're on a time constraint, time limit. So,
Yes.
what was funny to me was the interest when I saw Noah on the first, and then also on this show was like they bring out the fake Naito, and to me, as a person that's watching of Tetsuya Naito, I know it's not him. Immediately, I'm just about looking at his knees. Look, Tetsuya Naito is so bow-legged. There's only people as bow-legged as him: LeBron James and Chris Jericho. That's it. So unless it was somebody that was clearly different body shape than Naito, that ain't no other pro wrestler. Or that's a different pro wrestler, right? Like so. I'm like, that ain't Naito. And then sure enough, here comes Naito again. I'm like, oh, that's, and then it turned out to be Bushi. Bushi gets in the car, and I'm like, bro, Naito gets you a Homeball Hall of Fame. He really will. Because Bushi has no business being in that ring. None.
Absolutely.
The LIJ jobber? No.
Crazy.
So
and
Naito gets in the ring.
On the outside of the ring. Whatever. He passes Ishii and just gives him a quick handshake. It was funny.
So Naito gets in the ring. Naito puts the fist up. And everybody on commentary, everybody in the ring chuckles. They like, here you go with that bullshit. Is he finna fake him out and attack him and then do the whole flip thing or whatever else? Or what's he gonna do? And then Tanahashi's be like, I know I shouldn't be doing this. I know I shouldn't be doing this. He made that face like small, like, should I? All right, I'll put the fist up. And they actually did a fist pump. I was like, look at Naito not being a bastard for once. Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at him. So yeah, man, it was.
And then
sitting from there,
the nigga sailed around the dome like a god after that. Like,
yeah,
they play high energy, and he played the air guitar, all that shit.
Yeah, was it like 3 or 4 encores for the air guitar?
I think it was 3.
It was something like that. It was 3 or 4, and then he went on, and then he got up the ramp, and he went on like a trolley thing. They had young boys pushing him around the outfield all the way back to the other side of the ramp. He goes in, and they play high energy while he's going, and they play all the highlights of all of his IWGP wins, title wins, the IC belt, the tag teams, or whatever else. And I was like, man, it's real easy to say this. This is basically like the retirement of one of the all-time greats, and he goes out on a super duper high note, storybook ending for the dude. He deserves all of it. He built this shit. He built the last 20 years of this shit.
Yep.
Or 26 years of this shit. Sorry.
Yeah. Like just like you trace everything back to him. I will miss Hiroshi Tanahashi. Like I said, he's been my Twitter namesake for like I don't know how long at this point.
Long time.
And it's just been like, I felt fortunate to meet him a few times. Got the high energy CD signed by him because Zach, my homeboy, happened to be next to me, and Zach, of course, knows Japanese. And told me to say a phrase, and that got Tanahashi's attention because here he is in St. Pete, Florida, and then American is speaking Japanese to him, and then he signs the joint for me, and it was crazy.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
that was right.
And you met him twice. You met him in Orlando too for WrestleMania weekend in 2017, right?
Yeah, in New Orleans.
Okay. So you met him. Okay, my bad. Yeah. Wrong year. Sorry.
But yeah, man, it's just like he's that 1 out of 100 shit is more than the slogan. Or
that shit's a shoot. That shit's real.
Like
I forgot when we both. I didn't have enough time. I was going to look up when we did our 10-year anniversary. We did our ranking of where we are. On our era wrestlers' favorites. So he was in both of our top 10s. I forgot where we were, but like, yeah, man, what a way to go out.
Yeah, just. Man, I almost want to watch some more Tanahashi or whatever, but it's just like...
Yeah, God, I mean, there's plenty of stuff we've already seen. Like, bro, yeah. I've never done it because I know you talk about Wrestle Kingdom 19 with Omega all the time. Like, remember how awesome the fucking G1 final was with Bushi?
Yeah.
Like, obviously he has a million of those.
He walks through
obviously he has a million of those. Right. obviously has a million of those. And then after he beats Ibushi, he mutters, "Get the fuck out the ring!" Like, what you how much you want playing with these niggas, bro?
Yeah.
All time great, man. I have so many great memories of him. I'm so glad that I, came across him in all this stuff. We would not be doing the show if not for him in some
Yeah.
parts. Definitely not. Definitely not. Not anymore. What do you? If not New Japan Bros, what do you think would have stopped? Do you think what would it be like? WrestleMania 34 would have been when we've been done.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think we would have stuck around for Becky getting hot. I think we've just been done. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Incredible. If you did not see this match, if you are not really familiar with Hiroshi Tanahashi and you're a wrestling fan right now or whatever, just know whatever you like about wrestling, whatever you're enjoying, I guarantee that person in some form, like there's a degree of separation that traces back to Hiroshi Tanahashi. Like I'm guaranteeing it right now.
Yeah.
Like you, like I can draw a few degrees of separation from anyone with Tanahashi. So, yeah, I'll miss him, man. All time great, and shuts the dome down one more time on his way out. What better way to? There's a shot during this match when they're on the aisleway, and then they swing the camera, and then Tanahashi's struggling to stand up, and you see the New Japan Pro Wrestling logo behind him. That shit was art, bro. That shit was art. Like, but yeah, sending them off.
Yeah.
It was. I don't know. We'll never review a fresh match of his again, unless some retro shit, and that kind of kind of stinks. But it was a pleasure. But so let's move on, man. So the last month or so, obviously we've been off and all that, but a lot of things have changed kind of in the world of AEW that I kind of wanted to talk about. Of course, we got a new AEW World Champion in MJF. If you listen to the December 19th edition of One Nation Radio, you would have already put 2 and 2 together on that. Wins it in, a good match. Nothing too, nothing to really complain about on that front. The C2 happens that same night where we thought we were watching one thing, but it turns out we were watching a whole different thing. Like, you thought it was going to be the destruction of Jon Moxley. You thought the Death Riders was about to jump him out. When really, what we were watching, James, is the Jon Moxley story. Like, like you think they're doing some shit with Takesha and Okada? Nope. Like, it's just like all this shit with and I did not like this booking on this night. But Jon Moxley versus Kyle Fletcher was so fucking raw. It was like,
yes, it was.
That shit was out of this world. That shit was a match of the year contender.
I mean, the two matches paired together with the involving the screwdriver being involved in both finishes is like, oh my god, this is. I mean, I'll stop short of saying genius, but it was just great. It was great, and it's like.
I will say this though.
What did Don Callis do? When did he know it? When are we going to find out? Will be revealed that he's a fuck nigga. And who is going to be? What's the aftermath of this?
Okada and Takeshita made me furious in the booking around it, and
because it ended so fast.
Not only that it ended so fast, that it ended on some bullshit. And then it was one.
You don't think that's actually the actual match, do you?
I mean,
or are you pissed that you didn't get the actual match?
I'm pissed I didn't get the actual match because
that's fair. That's definitely fair.
After
fair.
2 years of build up and all that, all this time wasted, these fucking multi-mans that they've done, all these preview tags over and over again.
The tag title match where they were going for the titles together.
Then they come out here for the first one with this, right? And then it's like, oh, I can never trust you again. Like, that's just where I started. And then it made me watching the rest of the show. I was angry watching the rest of the show as that shit went on or whatever. And it was just I wanted I should have known something was up when it was the semifinal match. And I was like, huh. And then I thought Jon Moxley and Okada had not great chemistry. I thought they were just okay together. But the whole thing turned around to be for Jon Moxley again, that I was just like, wait, I know what happened here. And then like he basically turns babyface through wrestling throughout the whole
Mm-hmm.
tournament, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, they're putting him in his corner with the Continental title away
Yeah.
from MJF. So this is
Yeah.
one more silo that has been created here for the C2 winner. And then I'm sitting here just seeing the holes in everything that I watched or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not like, I was whelmed, let's say that, with like
Okay.
the booking of this, because I'm like, Fletcher's on fire right now. Like you could give
Yeah.
that guy something, and then it was just like these guys are kind of just like between Fletcher and Takeshita. I felt like those are the two guys that were kind of like pushing all this shit forward. Then it's like, no, you will wait in line again. You will
Well,
stand back and stand by as the John Moxley story
that's
continues.
that's true, but I think the fallout involves one of the two at least, like leaving Don Callis' family. So, you know,
Over the cap. Bro, think
I
about
mean, there's a lot
what
of
is the Don Callis family starting five now that Andrade has joined this thing now.
oh Jesus. Okay. Well, I mean, the three that made the semifinals, right?
So Okada, Takeshita, Fletcher.
Yeah, three for sure. You tell me what the other two are.
I think you got it. Shit, you got Hechicero in there. You got. I might need a full list of all
You
these
got
motherfuckers. Like,
Hechicero, you got
you got
Andrade. Like, bro,
Andrade.
it's bro, they stacked.
Yeah,
No fucking way.
it's crazy.
All right. All
But
right.
yeah, some of that like just kind of I was like, okay, well, Moxley's running away from MJF, so I can't blame him there. But that's what's happening here. Now he's defending the belt. I think he defended it against Josh Alexander, or he's doing eliminator matches, and then he did one against Shelton Benjamin last night. MJF is fighting Bandito next week. He managed to get through a
Yep.
segment last night without being overtly racist, which was like, I guess commendable. But he's gonna eat MJF or Bandito's lunch probably next week. And then they're playing these Kenny Omega videos. They're playing these Brody King videos. I don't know, man. Like I thought the C2 I just didn't expect it to go that way. And then it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
I get you.
yeah, and then what else? Am I trying to think?
I will say this though, right? Like Fletcher winning the Continental title after just having the TNT title is like it's the same thing. It'd be the same thing. Um, Okada wins it. All right. Like, I mean, he doesn't need two belts. Do you want to talk about the part where like people were upset that like they ununified those titles?
I mean, they only
Because I don't
followed
personally care,
they only followed the
but
rules that were like set up for the belt. Like I understood it. If they don't understand it,
well,
that's
people are
them.
upset. Well, people are upset that they unified the titles and then they ununified them within was it 7 months, 6 months, something like that, 5 months.
I think 7
I mean,
months, but it's like
it don't
I
bother me. It
guess,
don't bother
yeah.
me.
I like
It don't bother me.
the
They
only
have too
thing.
many. They have too many belts anyway. So like,
Look,
if your argument is, I haven't. This is what I haven't heard. Don't I'm mad at you ununifying them because there's already too many belts in this company in the men's single side. I never heard that. It was well, you said that this Omega and Okada match was well, that's not. I don't care about that, bro. I don't care. Like
look, it was a
it,
work. Like it was
right,
it was a
right,
special thing for that rivalry or whatever.
right,
That's what it
right,
was. Like I think we said it
right.
at the time or whatever. It was almost like
Yeah,
boxing where they pull out the third belt, like, oh yeah, the winner's gonna get this shit. And then he basically defended that, which symbolized the other two. And then when it was
yeah,
time if he would have won, he would have stayed the unified champion. It's
right.
fairly simple the
Yeah.
way it was explained to me, but
Yeah,
everyone,
yeah.
I
People just
guess.
didn't like the part. People didn't like the part where they unified the titles and unified them that fast. And I'm just like, I don't have a problem with it because, like, their argument, like I said a second ago, like, it's only an issue if and only if you think there's too many titles in this promotion. And I didn't hear the people say it. People just whining. That's what it felt like to me. People were just whining. So yeah, it is what it is.
Like, if you can come up with a good reason, I'll hear you out. Because like, I know why. I like when I see new belts pop up in this company, I can sniff it out. Like, what the fuck is going on? But
Yeah, I don't want to do a job. Yeah, man. I mean that's also, you know, a lot of, or not a lot. One of the issues AEW has when it comes to these pay-per-view cards is like the heated match that's not involving a title between two wrestlers. I mean, you had that with Darby and Gabe Kidd, but like there used to be more of those,
that was
and it seemed like
excellent.
and it seemed
I
like
thought they had a great match.
yeah, we didn't
Super
really talk about that
physical,
time they got to this,
man.
but yeah.
Like,
I mean, we expected him to have a great match,
Yeah.
and I didn't expect it to be that bloody, but it was damn sure bloody.
yeah, like it was. I think when we're. What else do we have on there? Statlander, I think she's kind of dead in the water now. I think she's run through all the big contenders, and now it's like Tekla's on the other side. I think you could flip it to Tekla, and I wouldn't be
Tekla's
upset really
cold.
at all.
Tekla's cold as ice.
Think so?
This would have been much better. She should have got her title shot like back in November. Like she comes out, she beats up Jamie Hayter and whatever else, and like she's with these two losers, and it's like, okay, but what about her? Nothing? Cool. Yeah, man, I just nah, man. Like keep the belt on her until it's time to have somebody take it off her. That's actually a big deal. Like so if it's Mercedes or whatever else after she loses all her belts and goes insane and builds back up, whatever. I just yeah, man, like for me as a character personality, like she's quirky and that's cool. She's a great wrestler and she has a charm in that way, but that charm only takes you so much. Like I can't be like, hey, you can build a vision around somebody and her whole and her entire character. Like she's an awkward neurodivergent person. Like that's you gotta have more. You gotta have more, right? Like Will Ospreay has more. See, it's just all the awkward whimsy shit she was doing is like, all right, man, all right.
They changed her music a bunch of times. Her promos
Oh, that's true. That didn't bother me though.
Yeah,
it's just
like it.
But she's just not. She's a complete. She's just she doesn't have anything as a promo. She doesn't.
You know what it feels like? She's the actual thing. Like when they say Anthony Bowens has like all these nicknames and he doesn't like know who he is, and I'm like, it really doesn't matter because like you just say those things or whatever. He gets in the ring and wrestles like mid Carter. It doesn't really matter. It's actually Statlander that has that problem, like to where you don't know what or who she is on a given day, and I don't know, man. I think she's got to figure it out, and maybe her loosely squashing the beef with Willow for a little bit helped her.
How do you feel about that chapter? How do you feel about that?
I feel like
you feel like that was earned.
I was my word. I was just about to say. I was like, it feels like most things with Willow and Statlander, it gets unearned, and then they have to wrestle their way out of it. Like, never forget that fucking bloodbath that they had against each other or whatever. That they did that phantom heel turn, and then they randomly turned Statlander back babyface after, and it was like, disgusting. Huh? Like, I don't know what happened here. Like, so. Well, it was a happy moment. Let's say that it was a happy moment.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna get into what just happened this Miami Ole Miss game, but long story short, Miami got away with a last play Hail Mary horse collar style pass interference. They didn't throw no flag, whatever. So Miami's going to the national championship game, which
my god, we can't have that.
Oh, it's already happened. So it's going to take either Indiana or Oregon to stop it. Whatever. They're in the it don't matter. Look, it doesn't matter if they win the national championship or not. They're in the national championship game. Florida State's going to suck for like the next half decade. So Awesome.
Hey man,
Great.
we got to hate. We got to
Fuck.
we got to embrace the Hoosiers and embrace the Ducks.
I
Well,
It
one
don't
night
matter.
only, baby.
No. You see, you're saying that it doesn't matter. They're in the title game. They're in the title game.
I mean, all they
Like,
gotta do, all Florida
no,
State gotta do is
no,
open up the wallet. It's the era of NIL,
no,
baby.
no,
Rebuild this
no.
shit quick.
Yeah, you're misunderstanding the part where Florida State doesn't have as much money as Miami because they're not built off the city of cocaine. So they're not in faulty real estate. Like you know what I'm saying? It's not the same thing. There's flat out disadvantages that it comes in. Also, most of the players in State Florida are in South Florida anyway. So like in that national championship game, all the niggas is front runners anyway. So what they gonna do? I'm just gonna tell you know. I always wanted. I always you know. Okay, nigga. Okay, sure, whatever. Take your ass there. Have fun. Whatever. It is what it is. But I just know. Look, I don't really care about it. My whole thing is like, I want my team to be good. My team will not be good because of this. That sucks. That's all. That's all. That's all. Win or lose, I don't give a fuck. If the championship game, if there was a hurricane that came through the fucking field and swept all of them up, and there was no national championship winner, I wouldn't care. I don't care. It's not that, can I keep saying I don't care until you understand I do care?
Yeah.
Or do you get it now? Whatever, man. Fuck. Anyway, yeah, man. Like the Willow and the stat stuff is like I was listening to. I can't remember which Tunnel Talk episode it was. I don't know if it was their last show of the year, or if it was their super pod that they shoot behind a paywall for with Trish and Sarah. But they were talking about her journey about like you know Statlander is like, yeah, I did a bad thing and like I feel weird about it and I don't know like if I should just still be bad or whatever else. And I'm thinking to myself like, we've seen somebody do this character arc or this journey and did a lot better. His name was Adam Hangman Page, and this is fucking pathetic. If this is what she's actually going for, he's fucking pathetic. So whatever, by comparison anyway, right? So I was like, it don't work. And then they come out and you know they beat Willow beats Mercedes and gets back her TBS title, and then out comes Statlander. Now they're happy. And it's like, y'all had all this opportunity to actually, you know, whatever else, and this is what makes you because y'all both are happy. Like she betrayed you. There was nothing. She said like there was no whatever, man. It's so half baked. That's the main thing. This whole entire role Willow is Statlander, where they turned her heel, turned her back face to face Mercedes, and then had her in limbo all the time. Did the thing with Marina and John Moxley, whatever else, where they teased that she was going to turn on Harley or whatever else, and it, her ultimately ends up being the tag partner of Willow. It's like all this shit was like, can you just get into a room together and figure out where you actually want to do with their relationship, as opposed to and actually have meaning behind it, as opposed to this is just stuff that's happening. It feels like this stuff that's happening as opposed to it's actually a concrete plan. And like it sucks because this is supposed to be the most or one of the most important things happening in the women's division, and below Mercedes and below Tony Storm, not much care at all.
Yeah, it's just
not much care.
It's
not much
like,
care.
What direction is it? Like, and now flip that to the men's side, the partnership with Swerve and Hangman, where they are beating the hell out of these niggas in these no rules matches of late. With Swerve and Hangman, it's like, okay, they had Hangman essentially drop the belt off to Joe, which who dropped it to MJF. They have Swerve's whole return in service, essentially, of MJF at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are kind of just left out in the cold now to fight the ops, and they do the street fight last night, and you basically get to see Heyman finally kill Hook. And now I'm left with these guys like, all right, what are we doing with those guys now? Are they going to keep hanging out together? What's the deal with them?
Tag champs.
I don't know if it's going that direction.
Or can you make them tag champs? Can you make them tag champs? And you like, all right, how do we deal with this? Like when it comes to the Owen, because people will not want to see them just be tag champs and not being Owen. People will not be happy for that. Especially after you got that final between Ospreay and Hangman earlier last year.
Speaking of the tag champs stank it up last pay-per-view, FTR, and it was just like, not what we wanted.
Rich, That's FTR doing charity for them fucking guns. They've been doing it the whole time. Remember when Dax was out here talking about he believes that the Guns are gonna be one of the best tag teams of all time or of their era or whatever else, and I was like, he's out of his fucking mind. They've been doing charity ever since Collision started. They've been doing charity with Bang Bang Gang
Dax
the
is
whole time.
currently
And this time, it's not Jay White and Juice Robinson. It's Juice Robinson and fucking Austin Gunn.
Dax is currently
Good
on
luck.
Twitter talking about who should we face next, and listing Swerve and Hangman, Proto Sheeta. That man's hunting for opponents right now, James. Like,
Yeah.
But you know,
I want to see those matches, by the way. But yeah,
we'll I'm gonna
the
save.
problem is he do the matches. Problem is they do those matches. They got to come up with belts.
That there is that, and then I'm gonna save the Swerve and Hangman thing because that's one of my 10 things that I wrote down or whatever.
Mhm.
Did you make a list?
No.
Okay. I've got 10. I think that'll cover us.
Okay.
So like, I guess we should get into it now. Like, so
All right.
I guess these are like 10 things that I'm interested in or I'm watching or are agendas or just important things that I'm looking forward to in 2026 or I've got my eye on. So one, where does Chris Jericho land? Because obviously he has not shown up anywhere yet, as they thought that he may appear in WWE for the night on Netflix or whatever. And they were doing these break the walls down teases, and then no Jericho there. Is there injury time added? Is there whatever the fuck? Like what's going on here? I don't know.
Don't you think that already been tapped on by now since he's been on TV for like what over half a year?
You would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, well, where does he land? What does he want to do? Because ultimately, he's valuable, and
That's true.
the longer he has this absence or whatever, the fresher he's going to be wherever he hits. And if he goes to WWE, he just walks in there. They do break the walls down. They'll fuck him up eventually because they fuck everything up. But
Yeah.
there will be this like 3-week period to where you're going to have to answer questions about why you let Chris Jericho leave AEW. And then it's going to be like awkward. Like, because Jericho is going to basically drop his Talk of Jericho episode. He's going to do whatever his gimmick is in WWE or do something, whatever. Or it's the other way. He shows back up to AEW and it's like, all right, well, what do you do here now? I don't know. Or the third option, TNA on AMC.
You believe he do that?
They ain't got enough money for Chris Jericho.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm gonna be interested to see where Jericho lands.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one because he's gonna show up somewhere and it's going and like he's more value. If I were him, I'd go back to WWE. Like he has a built-in easy. He has a built-in easy match where he can do with Cody. Like you got your world title shot in WWE or AEW, and I sent you packing. You never could
Give me
contend
mine.
for it, and you had to take your ass over here because you couldn't be world champion where I was. There's all sorts of nasty stuff, nasty insidery stuff they could say or whatever else that justifies it. They could do
Look,
it. It will work.
If he's doing insidery stuff, I only want him with one person. Chicago made Pump, bring your ass to the stage. Let's get negative.
There's always time to get that. There's always time to get to that match too. Especially in WWE. In AEW, that match was never happening. WWE, Triple H, Big Paul will go in there and be like, y'all boys ready to get y'all get along shirt, put y'all get along shirt on. He'd be like, yes, sir.
Yeah, like two niggas that he hates. He fuck with their lives. Amazing.
See, I got some. Oh, you want to come back? I got some for your ass right here. I got the Survivors. Well, they don't do singles matches in Survivor Series much anymore. They don't do 4 matches in Survivor Series. But like, look, back in the day, like, I got a perfect Survivor Series match for your asses right here.
Second thing, will any black wrestler become a pay-per-view fixture in WWE? I feel like I know the answer to this, But
So
Obafemi's gotten called up.
I'm gonna say look at our prospects. I'm gonna say look at our prospects. So Obafemi, Javon Evans is still in NXT, right?
He just got called up.
Just got called up.
And
So
Carmelo Hayes has the U.S. belt now.
Okay, so all of them are under 35, right?
Yes.
No, and it won't actually be. And this time, it won't actually be because they're black. It's because they're too young. When this happens, everyone will say, but it's like no, because no one 35 and under gets the shot.
Look, maybe
no one.
What Mark Henry was telling y'all was like some actual like shit of how they think rather than just like what he thinks. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I hate to shoot Mark Henry some bail, but maybe he knows how they think.
This how they book. Unless they think you ace material like your Marines, they go the long road with everybody. Like in Roman Reigns they were doing that in a different era. I'm talking about now. Like they just had Braun Breaker lose to CM Punk. Why?
Yeah.
Because they're selling you on you have to earn it, even though he's a fucking heel. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Why does a heel have to earn it? Do you think the MJF earn it?
Yeah.
The Triple H earn it? No. It's supposed to be cheap.
Speaking of heels, what major wrestler will turn heel? I feel like a lot of guys have been locked into the same role of late. WWE, of course, always seems terrified to turn anybody because I don't think they actually want people getting unpopular, so to say. I would have think CM Punk would have been turned heel by now, but it just hasn't happened for whatever reason. There's always the threat of Cody Rhodes.
I was thinking Cody.
You know, because that quiet as kept, like he seems more under than ever. I even got some WWE homers to admit this to me.
I would say, like, if they do that after Roman's gonna get that win back.
That'll be interesting.
And Roman will come back and be the top babyface champion and get his babyface H run that they've been building towards for what year is it? 2026, so 11 years. They've been building towards that for 11 years, right? So they'll finally do it, right? And then what will Cody do? How will Cody have to be able to survive being the actual person that's on TV every week, actually trying to entertain people? He'll turn heel. I think it's Cody. I think Cody finally does it. He will finally betray the fans because Big Paul will come out there and say it's time. I think it's time. Cody. Okay, sir. Yep, they love to listen when they get paid less money by TKO and Paul than when they get paid more money by Tony Khan. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
As far as the AEW side, I feel like Swerve has a flashing red light hanging over him. Look, let's just look at what's happened on TV. Dark music, like when he comes back, like a whole like darker energy about him. They use like his babyface.
Yeah, he's just black. What you mean?
You stupid. Like I'm talking about just the way the music makes you feel. It's a darker vibe. You know, they use his babyface return in service of belting a heel up already. They've got a lot of parts to move. For me, he seems like as easy of a choice as anyone. Like,
yeah.
Just look at all the surrounding factors. Like, there's going to be, I think, you know, plenty of opportunities to get these chess pieces moving. And for me, he jumps out as somebody that I think they're probably going to look to do something with.
Okay. I mean, I think they just turned Jay White back heel when he comes back. That's always an easy bet.
I think people will be trying to run 150 miles away from MJF. So,
yeah, that's true.
Next one. Will the lucha boom in Mexico begin to pour over elsewhere? So Mexico has done, like, between CMLL, they had like one of their biggest years in a long time. Of course,
they sold over 1 million tickets, right?
Yeah. WWE is put AAA, like some of their stuff, like their shows are looking bigger and bigger. Like, is the appetite for Lucha Libre going to grow in a way in America in a way that it hasn't? Because it just feels like, a lot of the way, like when the luchadors come in, it's like, they come in and have a killer match or whatever, but like these people don't really get put in these like big positions, like these drawing positions. And like I think Bandito is an interesting case. Like obviously he's got the match with MJF next week, but like I think that Bandito, is growing roots like somewhat. So I can't really like their great idea in WWE is to make the European UK guys the luchadors. So it's gonna be a longer road over there. So the Brits don't get it. Them boys come from the London School of Lucha Libre apparently. But
I mean, we just had ESPN.com name Dominic Mysterio as Wrestler of the Year for 2025, Male Wrestler of the Year 2025. So you don't forget that part. So
yeah. So that's gonna be, CMO is gonna have to find a way, like, I don't know. Do they want to find a way? Do they want to get bigger in America? Because like that paywall is a detriment. So
that paywall ain't stopping nobody that's watching pro wrestling around the world.
That's true.
Look, people that if you've been on the R matey, you gonna get it anyway. Never mind.
You stupid.
I almost implicated myself. I'm gonna stop.
Don't do
I'm gonna
that.
stop. Yeah, let me stop. Let me stop. There are ways. There are plenty of ways to watch pro wrestling.
Next one. Will relations with New Japan Pro Wrestling and AEW actually fracture, or is this something people are wanting to will into existence?
Oh, it's definitely will into existence. Like, look, man, that Forbidden Door check gonna keep them coming.
All
that shit is talk. If they want to get out, they get out. We know this.
Yeah. They do have a show. They have a G1 show in Chicago. James, I'm not sure if you were aware of that. Like the first day of
yeah. First is yes.
Since
is it now Arena?
I believe so. It's like one of the big ones or whatever. If Yosuji is as confident as he says, all right, man, come on over, dog. Like it's all yours. They set it up. Let the people come. Well, there will be no AEW assistance. There will be none of that.
Sure there won't. Sure there won't.
When 1,800 fans show up, to that 10,000 seat building, perhaps, John Moxley could be of assistance. Perhaps Swerve Strickland could be of assistance. Or perhaps Konosuke Takeshita can help out. Perhaps, one of the elite members can show up. Perhaps, Heyman Page, perhaps Kazuchika Okada will make an appearance. No? I don't know.
That's nasty.
I don't know. Is it something that what side will Gabe Kidd be on at that point? Who knows? So
it's gonna be funny when they announce Kenny Omega for this fucking G1.
Right.
Look, it'll be like, hey, this is my final year in pro wrestling. The pro wrestling biz. I want to do a G1 Tony. Okay.
That'd be hilarious. That shit was like them niggas will buy them tickets will fly. Like
I know.
Look, and when that money comes in, I'm sure that the New Japan offices will not be putting their hands in their pockets. They will be putting their hands out to take their fair share.
Like, of course. You want to know why? Because it's USD, it's not yen. There's more power. There's more power right now.
So, speaking of Kenny Omega, I just wrote Kenny Omega down. So.
Well, you know what else should add it because these are supposed to be questions, right?
Yeah.
Should be like Kenny Omega ... WTF question mark.
Yeah, it's like all right, what are you at this point? Are you winding it down? Are you
feels like it
trying to take a step back? Are you narratively like what is your existence right now. And of course they play these videos of him coming after MJF right now and stuff like that. And you can put the pay-per-view calendar together and be like, oh, they've got a Canadian pay-per-view in February. That's interesting. Vancouver. That would be an ideal place to have Kenny Omega challenge for the championship. I've seen people float out. Maybe Kenny Omega wins it, and then it's Ospreay Omega at the Dome, or not the Dome, at Wembley.
Could be. I also think there to be the whole situation of like, you have MJF brag, I beat CM Punk in Chicago, I beat Kenny Omega in Canada.
Disgusting. But I don't know. I don't even know if we'll get that far. Who knows? Because I've heard rumors and nothing I want to talk about on air right now.
Yeah.
But there's a lot going on. So I'll see if we actually end up getting Kenny Omega versus MJF. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. Maybe it's Kenny Omega versus someone else. But it's just like, what are you? I think just looking at Kenny Omega right now, I feel like 2025 left like just a lot of unanswered questions. Like it was like, all right, bro, how did you feel about losing to Okada? Like we never heard like, hey, this is one of the biggest matches of your career, like of your biggest rivalry of your career, you lost. Anything? No. Okay. And how's your health? Like
here's the thing. Every time he's come to address that, someone shows up and whoops his ass and sends him away for weeks and weeks on the stretcher, and then he comes back to keep talking about it. He gets ass whooped again. So like now it's like, hey man, we got to talk about all these beatdowns you caught before you even get to the kind of thing that happened in the summer, because you keep getting your ass every time you show up. Hey man, you might remember when Bret Hart beat Shawn Michaels' ass backstage, or when they pulled some of his hair out and then he talked to Vince about it's an unsafe working environment. Hey man, they be on Kenny Omega ass in AEW, boy. Josh Alexander, everybody want a piece of Kenny of the Rainmaker. I'm sorry, Rainmaker, of the cleaner's ass. It's crazy, bro.
Don Callis family.
It's crazy.
Can Kenny Omega and the Don Callis family wrap it up this year? Can we
Never
do that?
In fact, Don Callis, he's adding more niggas to continue. This will never be over. Look, if I was Don Callis was here, he'd probably say, this is over when Kenny Omega's in the ground.
So, like, it's like, what's your narrative for 2026? Like, are you ready to try something? Like, what's the status of the Elite right now? The Young Bucks reverted back to Tassel's Young Bucks last night, which was a welcome treat. Yeah? And it was like, hold on, bro. Like they was a 6-man with Jack Perry.
No, they got the money now. They got the money, so
Bro, they went out there, got the Spencer Fitz flying around, and it was like, this is just like the good old days. Goddamn. So, more fresh matchups in AEW. I would like people to break out of their corners to work with people that we haven't seen them work with. I feel like there's a ton of fresh matchups kind of on the table that just haven't got booked for whatever reason. Usually when I think of matches not getting booked, I'm like, okay, does somebody not want to work with somebody? Does somebody would not want to lose to somebody? My mind goes to those places, just how I'm wired. But I kind of want to mix the roster. I think the Don Callis family is so big. They have so many guys where it's like, you got to cross these guys up into different places. Moxley had that belt for such a long time. He was isolated from someone like Okada, and they happened to do Moxley and Okada, on pay-per-view, just not even as a drawing match. It was just like whatever. I thought that might actually come off better as a program rather than like a one-off. You got Darby Allin, who's around, who can wrestle a number of people. I am rapidly becoming out on the Darby Allin character. I think he's quite possibly one of the worst characters on TV right now. It's like I hear nothing about what he says or anything like that. He's weird, bro. Like it's just get in the ring.
Yeah.
Like just get
he
in
is
the ring.
Weird. He always was weird though.
Yeah, but it was like seemed like to be like this art in it. Now it's like this like delusion kind of. I feel like it's like
okay.
I don't feel like the message is like he has no goal right now. He's just like wandering around aimlessly, kind of. He wants to beat the Death Riders and shit, right? And he wants to knock them all out or whatever. But I'm just like, I don't know. Like there's just something ain't
I
clicking for
think
me.
I think we're going to end up with John Moxley becoming the new Sting to Darby. I think that's what's going to happen. But
Hmm.
we'll see.
Let's see. Swerve and Hangman, where does this pairing land? Will the promotion continue to run from one of the biggest matches they have? Um, you know, and and,
Hey,
and do it for the world title. That's kind of
hey,
like the thing.
I'll say this. Back when they were having those matches all the time, or having those matches quick succession, I was like, they're doing the match too often. Hey, it is 2026. Their last match 2000 was the end of 2024. It's been enough time. They can get back. They can revisit it now.
They've done some multi-man stuff. They've teamed up now. They've squashed the beef. They've kind of brought it to another like they're kind of different guys now in 2026 obviously than they were in either 2023 or 2024.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see does this lead to like a long-term team? How people are going to react to this? Do they feel this is like all gone down too quickly? Do they need to put more into the lore? I feel like if you paid attention, the lore's there. Like at this
If you
point,
add, here's the thing: how much more lore can you add to the thing before they start fucking each other? So you gotta relax, because bro, when they did that when they hog tied MJF.
oh, we didn't talk about that segment.
when them two niggas hog tied MJF, and Swerve says shit about bringing the best out of everybody, including my opponents, my rivals, and he stared into Adam Page's eyes, and Adam Page stared back, and the crowd yelled, "Kiss, kiss, kiss." I was like, "All right, niggas, all right, man." The Tumblr, the fanfic has gone overboard with this now. Even the fans in the arena are bringing this up. Like, hey man, y'all, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. I don't know what to tell y'all.
Look, we didn't talk
Like,
about
did
that
it?
whole segment, but that whole segment was designed like they just like buried that nigga MJF.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They kicked his ass in, boy.
Oh, it was great. I loved it. Um, so up next, will I care about anything in WWE at all?
I will.
Consider
You know.
these factoids. John Cena is already retired.
Yep.
Not that I really gave a fuck like about Cena or whatever.
He's been retired for like 6 years,
Right.
7 years.
Their product is absolutely miserable to watch on every level. Like
Yep.
just
Yep.
aesthetically. Like when you talk about how they
Save from
lay out the shows, like
boring,
super
lifeless,
boring,
soulless.
bad storylines, bad wrestling, and then like, okay, now they're putting
I wouldn't even say bad wrestling. I would just say like crummy wrestling,
they're putting the tentpole
mediocre wrestling, if you
pay-per-views.
will.
They're putting the tentpole pay-per-views in Saudi Arabia now, right? And
Yep.
I have not engaged with the Saudi Arabia shows. So in many years, obviously their new way to distribute the pay-per-views like is on the ESPN thing, which I'm not paying for. Like I'm just not doing it. Like
Mhm.
I would have to watch such a thing. I would have to find ways to do it against the law. So
Yeah.
that's like kind of where I'm at in my life. I'd rather just pay for the services and make sure everything runs correctly and there's no bad links or anything. Rather than deal with like, oh, I done shut my computer down. Like, but what else? I have no urge to see either one of their world champions against like who they look to be programmed with, like another Cody and Roman Reigns match. I mean, I'll watch, but it was like, will I really care about it? Probably not.
No.
I think their women's division is like like, what the fuck is happening there? Every other day, I see some clip of like Julia doing a move to no reaction. Jade's a champion who doesn't defend the belts. CM Punk barely defends his belt. He wrestles against Braun Breaker, drops him on his head and shit like that.
Yeah, no. That was on Braun Breaker.
No, he was supposed to catch
Rich.
that nigga. He was supposed to catch that nigga.
Rich, you can't catch nobody from that. If your feet are on the outside of the ring post, you don't do it because there's no way that anybody can catch you other than you land in your head. That's Braun Breaker saying, "I'm going to do this spot regardless if it's bad positioning." No, you don't like. It'd be like one of those dudes that takes a lucha dive to the floor when a person's not even positioned to catch you. It's like you would never do that. So why would you do that here? That's on Braun Breaker. Like anybody with his feet on the outside, nobody can catch him. I don't give a damn if it was who's the strongest person in the world. It could have been Claudio. Claudio wouldn't have caught him. His feet on the outside.
He's supposed to take
Don't do it.
He dropped his arm.
You
You
can't-
can't let the guy go.
You can't.
He didn't even try to catch a nigga.
I think he did. That's what I'm saying. You can't. He's 200. Braun Breaker's what, 230 pounds?
Probably, yeah.
He's 230 pounds. When you take a top rope hurricane run, your feet have to be your feet have the inside of the thing so you can flip, bump, or whatever else. CM Punk's feet were on the outside. He's going to take a superplex. There's no way he could have saved it. There's no way.
Bad ideas.
It could have been Claudio. It could have been Hobbs. It could have been Mark Henry. It could have been Brock. Any strong, super strong, ridiculous Keith Lee. Nobody's catching that nigga doing that with their feet on the outside. When I saw the spot, I didn't even know what was a botch. I watched it and I was like, why is this a clip? It's a short clip. Why is it's feet on the outside? Okay, they're gonna do some. How are they gonna counter on this? And then he did it, and I was like, no. I freaked out. And then he landed, and I didn't see if he landed on his head or not, but I was like, that's on Braun. You can't do that. Like you can do that, you can land on your head or break your neck or something stupid.
They got up and promptly redid the spot.
Okay. There you go. There you go.
What else? If we get any of William Regal's safety wrestling, maybe we can, I don't think I'll be excited by any of that. What else? Yeah, I just
Did he get any reaction to that choke superplex?
Yeah.
That sleeper superplex? Okay.
Yeah. So like a bunch of shit happened in WWE like after that. It was, and people keep tagging Regal now. It's pretty funny. But
did they tag him in that one? Or is it just a botch?
I think they did tag him in that one. And they tagged him, CM Punk jumping on his head outside the ring too when he got
I didn't see that.
He like jumped and like Braun Breaker gave him the punch, like basically to stop him like as he was jumping through the ropes, and then he just dropped because of position. But yeah, like I look at their card completely unfresh. Like nothing, like they need a shake up badly over there. And I just look at it and I'm just like, I have no interest. None. Who? Like nothing.
I mean, AJ Styles versus Gunther, because I know that match could be really good.
There are like they got
outside of that.
I feel like Gunther should be like killing everybody and probably be the champion, but they've got this guy walking around laughing at people the whole time. So you can see they've got plenty of ideas,
Yeah.
And lastly, MJF. For me, this is the make or break part of the early run for his career. So 2019 through 2022, I thought MJF was phenomenal. Up until, punctuated kind of with the Darby, Punk, and then the Wardlow feud. And then he sells the Wardlow match itself. And then he cuts that fucking promo in LA, which I maintain was probably one of the 5 most damaging things in company history. And then he wins the title after that and has his Jekyll and Hyde title reign at the end of that year. And that kind of leads us, to him getting injured. Here we are, present day. Motherfuckers don't want to work with him. He's a champ again and all this other stuff. And now he's got this good portion of his early career and he's got this bad portion. What's the third thing going to be to be like, okay, who are you really? Like, Are you going to come out here and be like that first guy from 2019 to 2022, or are your terrible creative instincts, your abysmal people skills, and just selfishness and all this other shit going to come back to haunt you in the other half of this? And quite frankly, you're going to have to keep just doing the same gimmick because you have no other gear. Did you peak too early, essentially? Like, are you much better suited as third from the top rather than being on top?
We already know the answer to that. Yes.
I know the answer to that, but he's got it. Look, I'm gonna give him the floor to be able to look. If he wants to wrestle himself out and program his way out of that, fine, have at it. But brother,
fair enough.
You know, I want to try to be fair. I think I kind of went hard on MJF last week or the last show that we did. And, you know, I'm just kind of like, how would Chris Jericho say? I'm concerned. You know, I'm concerned, Max. You know, if you don't come through, maybe you'll never get the chance again. You know, maybe you won't be the golden child anymore. When you look at it, and it's going to be like, you know, if it goes like to the best for him, right? He's going to get a Wembley main event out of this. Probably he'll carry the belt through much of the year. He'll have some good matches against people. He will not overstep and violate to cause shit that happened to him at Hammerstein to happen no more. He won't get none of that. These are just a lot of ifs, James, and I just don't know if he can pass with flying colors through all this, because too many people feel like he is detrimental to them, and like the people like that shit that Swerve said in the promo was not just a promo. What are you talking about? You like people feel you make people worse. Like like they do not benefit from you. It like that shit like I know we talked about the Diddy thing and that being something that could like follow somebody and ruin their character. This shit right here, like if you drop that nugget and be like, you know what? Nobody really does benefit working with MJ. Like people that will start like catching to people.
It turns on people's light bulbs. Yes.
Yeah, it's like, hold on, like, so it's up to you, Max. It's yours, you know. So I think those are the 10 things that I think I'm kind of got my eye on this year.
Yeah, that's a good 10. That's a good 10 list. That's a good one.
Sure, there's something I missed, but if there's things that you guys have, feel free to join in the Discord and discuss them with us.
Yeah. Oh man, I think it's a good show coming back. It's a good show.
Yeah.
I think what we need to do this year is I think we need to kind of get back into Japan.
I mean,
the way it's looking right now.
The way it's looking,
it's looking right now. Now, if shit turns back to a pumpkin, then it is what it is, right?
Oh,
like
man.
we will leave for Trish and Sarah to cover Noah. We're not going back over there.
Don't do this. I'm
not.
Don't do this,
not.
Sarah.
Look, she chose what she chose. She's going over there and watching Night 2 in Noah. God bless her. Good luck with that.
Shout out to everybody. I heard they had a great time in Japan. I'm still waiting for all the stories. Everybody's kind of, I think, still asleep on their way back and all that. But another year for Soul Suplex. Let's, run it up. Let's continue running it up. But yeah, I'll see. I still got to watch New Year's Dash, but look, if I don't watch it by the end of this week, I'm already be behind the 8 ball.
Hey,
and I said this on Doc's show. I was like, look, if you get a good or great Wrestle Kingdom, like it feels like okay, you can. Maybe it's a good omen for wrestling, right? Because we had a couple years where it's like, oh, we have a down Wrestle Kingdom, and it's like you limp into the year, it just don't feel right? Yeah. This is how it should feel. It should be a great Wrestle Kingdom, but we'll see how it goes.
Regardless, to me, for the last few years, regardless of whether New Japan, Wrestle Kingdom been up or down, like you get to those New Beginnings shows or whatever else, is like, okay, this is fun, and then you're like, all right, Fantastic Mania runs through after that, and he's like, okay, now it's time for New Japan Cup, then the anniversary show, and it just you know what the year is like, so um, you take it for what it is, but like as you mentioned, like we'll see what they got for Yoda Suji out the gate. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. But he really has captured my attention with this whole run. I'm loving what he's doing. They basically are like, we fucked up so many things in the last 6 years. Let's
We're
roll
gonna
them
let
all
him
back.
fix them all. Like,
Look, in a way, this man is making New Japan great again.
I know. That man he's trying to cut this shit off. Isolation,
Yeah, we are going back. We're going back to the traditions.
funny. But yeah, I think that's it, man.
All right. Thanks for listening, y'all. If you're watching from the stream, be
Make
sure
sure
to
I hit
go
us on
to.
hit us on the Cash App and all that because Super Chats are still broken. I'm still fighting with YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, all that, and also you want to also do this, you can just go to the red circle link in the show description when the podcast is up, and click on there. You can donate there, and also in the show notes, you can, if you haven't, you can get the link to FOH from last year or from last few weeks, a month ago, and check that out. Also going, still hot off the presses, still spin hot fire, and be sure to listen to other shows on the network. Besides Winnish Radio, you have Keeping It Strong Style. I almost said the Ricky and Clive show. Shout out to Ricky and Clive, but not no more. If y'all want to come back, y'all want to beat the head together, y'all always welcome, of course. I miss y'all. I don't think I've talked to Clive in forever. Jeez. Anyway, to Insider. All things Elite, AEW Match Guide, Imps Adventures, Wrestling Hour Chris Things, the Trish and Sarah Wrestling Podcast, and Total Talk. Thanks for listening, y'all. Later.
Peace. All right, y'all. We get up out of here. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us this evening. My voice feels done. So I got to go get some water or something. But yeah, I'll let y'all next week. Peace.
Later, y'all.